Hey everybody, I hope this video finds you doing really, really well, but my fear is that you may not be. I am seeing so much fearful chatter about the state of the industry right now and the future for writers specifically. Studio mergers, contractions, AI, uncertain executives, fear of making choices. It's a perfect storm right now for sure. And the number one complaint I'm hearing from writers is no opportunities to get into a writer's room, no opportunities to go work on a show. Well, as an elder statesman these days, and a representative back from Gen X, I have to tell you something about the state of the business of filmed entertainment and about just the business of filmed entertainment in general. It has always been and will always mostly be for entrepreneurs. What's an entrepreneur mean specifically? Bottom line, it means somebody who runs a business or businesses and takes a big financial risk to themselves personally to do so, right? Hoping for a large personal upside out of it. What's an entrepreneur mean in regards to our business of filmed entertainment? Well, it kind of means that it's cowboy territory out there. Like, it's not a real business in the strict sense of how we assume corporations work. It's really a bunch of cults of personality revolving around people with access to funding to get stuff made. And that funding could come from a studio or a bank or a rich person or who knows where. But what is a producer except a person who can take a project to the money? Plenty of creative producers, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, in our imagination. So what does all that mean for a writer? For me, it means that it might be time to let yourself be relieved of the notion that this is the kind of career where you would like apply for a job and get it. Does it happen? Absolutely, right? Does it happen for everyone? Of course not. Like, only a really small percentage of WGA members are actively working on a show at any given time. But when I see new writers out there talking about the industry, it's always, get me in a room, get me in a room. And I've heard from prospective reps that they don't want me because there's no rooms to put me in. And I've been in the business 13 years and been in 4 rooms, but I can't get in one for the last 6 years and stuff like that. And it's like, what's the remedy to that? Well, you want to be appealing to the people who put together rooms? Then you got to flash your entrepreneur side. You want to be appealing to the industry in general? I think you got to flash your entrepreneur side. And what do I mean by that? Basically, I mean, maybe stop thinking about just applying for jobs in a sense. You know what I mean? Stop writing scripts that are your calling card that's meant to get you in a room, and instead write that script that is just purely meant to get made. Pilot, sure. Feature, yeah, probably even better right now. Write something genuine from the heart that you care about that also has a chance of getting made in this current climate. What does that make you? An entrepreneur. You are creating your own opportunities. It's not the 80s or the 90s or the 2000s anymore. It's also not the streaming bubble anymore that dominated so much of the last decade. There's going to be half or less the number of staff jobs available for the next couple of years, probably, as there's been in like this last decade or so, right? So if your dream is, I want to write filmed entertainment, but the world is telling you that these day job versions of screenwriting aren't readily available, it seems to me your choice is either fold up your tent and go home or become more entrepreneurial. Like, I'm not here as your screenwriting Uncle Jeffrey to say something like, go shoot a feature on your iPhone or something like that. Don't worry. But what I am going to tell you is that writing scripts meant to be calling cards to get you jobs from other people isn't all that different from just going to the mall and applying to work at the Gap. You know what I mean? You're just chasing a job. I don't think you got into writing for filmed entertainment to chase a job. I think it was more of a dream or a career or a calling. And when you have a dream, a calling, or a career, you don't spend all your time waiting for somebody to hire you. You create your own opportunities and your own luck by reading the tea leaves of the coming marketplace, like 18 months to 2 years before that marketplace exists, and writing your most sincere, beloved, caring, pour your heart into it script that's going to work in the realities of the market as it exists. Be an entrepreneur. Read the tea leaves of people's taste. Trust the part of your gut that's plugged into the zeitgeist, and then get ahead of that curve of what's coming soon to theaters and TV screens. Get a year or 2 ahead of it and write that, and write it really well and write it over and over until it's done. Is there a psychological advantage to being on a staff? Absolutely. Is it attainable right now? Not in large numbers, right? Not like it was a few years ago. How do you pursue your passion? Tell your stories, exercise with an O, that exorcist, your voice, and get your shit made. You write. TV's closing off right now. Focus on features and pilots, development. Reps everywhere saying there's no rooms. Does that mean they're a bad rep? Not necessarily. Maybe they're just being honest. You know what I mean? Does it ever mean you're never going to get in one? No, it's a longevity game always, as much as it's a talent game and a personality game. Does it mean you just pack up your tent and go home? If you do, it means it wasn't for you in the first place. You know what I mean? Make your own luck, make your own opportunities. Plus, what's the huge bonus of writing a feature, or writing that pilot? It's free, except for your time. And what is an entrepreneur, after all, except somebody taking a risk with their own life and finances and time to go chase a dream? So I would just caution you not to be in this employee mindset right now. I would beg you to go think of yourself as an entrepreneur. Don't give up on rooms, but don't make it your one and only plan. Like, I don't know anybody in this business who survived just doing one thing. You got to try it all from every avenue if you're really going to make it. So please, if not for anything else than the sake of my own Twitter scrolling, please don't make me read any more tweets about how if there's no rooms, there's no writing market. That is lemming behavior. That's employee behavior. That's a defeatist attitude. It's not what a writer ever thinks about anyway. A writer thinks, I'm writing this so that it exists. And whatever happens beyond that is largely beyond my control. And I don't care because I have to do this, So super quick, couple of practical tips before we go. If you haven't already, get a day job and keep it until you've made a lot of money writing. Get a day job that supports your lifestyle, but that you don't lose your soul into or all of your time. A really wise mentor told me once when I was starting out, it's like your day job is your grant money. It's just there so that you can survive while you're doing what you need to do. If you don't live in LA right now and you are comfortable where you are, stay there for now. This is a Zoom meeting reality 96% of the time right now anyway. Like nobody is calling and saying, hey, can you pop by tomorrow? You know what I mean? Stay home, be comfortable, write your ass off, make your own opportunities. You're not applying for a job. You're trying to share your art and your soul with the world. You know what I mean? So go get out of here and go write, and I will see you next time. And all I really wish really is for the best for all of us, and really good luck to y'all. Okay?